Hey again. So let's see. Today, there's a couple things I want to work on the car. There's a battery box I want to fab up, and I want to test drive it around the block just to make sure the clutch isn't slipping. When I'm like giving it some actual beans. I've had to adjust the clutch in this car already because it wasn't fully disengaging, and I just want to make sure I haven't gone too far and it's still got a decent amount of pressure on it when the clutch is fully disengaged. The first thing though is I went out and I bought a helmet and a neck restraint. And so the first thing on the agenda today is going to be getting the neck restraint installed on the helmet. And yeah, so this is my new helmet. It's by Zamp. It's their RZ36 or something. It's SFI certified and stuff, which is what matters. But basically, if you're not familiar with Hans or a head and neck restraint, I can't say Hans. There's pre-threaded holes in the helmet that are like set at a certified distance or whatever. And then this basically sits on your shoulders, and there's an anchor that goes in the helmet in that thread, and it will like lock into place so that when you are wearing the seatbelt, this doesn't move relative to your shoulders, and then your helmet can't snap forward and break your neck or cause a basilar skull fracture. So that's first on the agenda. It doesn't seem too complicated. I just gotta figure out how to do it. Let's get to it. Okay, so that was pretty simple. It was pretty easy with my helmet because the threads were already tapped and everything. If you have like an older helmet, what you can do is take this washer and put it on the inside underneath the foam, and then this is threaded. I don't know if you can see that, but this is threaded so that you can get the same result. You just have to have a hole drilled in the helmet. Right, so the next thing on the agenda is making a bracket for this battery. This is just a motorcycle battery that I picked up in the auto parts store. So the idea is to get this sheet metal and kind of just create a bracket with 90s that will fill in this gap. And then this will be bolted into the car, and then I'll probably put Velcro in the bottom of this battery just to keep it there in place. So that's what's next. So it ended up taking me a really long time because the brake that I bought for sheet metal wasn't really strong enough and the design wasn't great. But this is what came up with. So it's gonna fit on top of the battery like this. And then I'm going to have a bolt and a nut that sits in here so that it can't move forward and backward. It's gonna be mounted this way so that it can't move forward and backward. This will hold it in place both laterally and vertically. And then there's gonna be some Velcro underneath that kind of just helps in shear. It's mainly gonna be a shear load kind of moving this thing around. But that's it, so. So this is kind of the end result. The bracket's in place there. You see the Velcro's there, and the Velcro's gonna hold this down. The Velcro should do the majority of the work, but that metal bracket should be an extra safety piece. And we have that bolt hanging down so that it will hold this indention in place. I'm probably going to line this with some maybe foam or electrical tape or something just to keep it from getting all scratched up if it jostles around, but it shouldn't really, it should be pretty solid. Okay, sweaty me from the future here. Or I guess it's the past by the time you're watching this. Obviously there's some kind of issue that I gotta figure out. I think it's electrical because the car died and then like I started pushing it back. Like when it died, there was like no voltage at all. And it wouldn't even attempt to crank over. And then in the middle of pushing it back, I tried flipping the ignition again and it said that there was 14 volts again. So I'm thinking there's some kind of ground somewhere that isn't, it's like a bad ground. And so it just interrupted the circuit for a second. And so it died. And so I'll have to diagnose that and see if I can figure it out, or it could be something else. I have no idea. Overall though, I think there was a lot that we got done today. I'm sweaty, I gotta take a shower, but thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good one.